He's given it for us to do. Arthur was given knowledge that I wasn't given. He was the one that helped train me into some of these principles. I already had the idea 7 years ago of creating our own state. I mean, I had told Sherry when we were living offshore, we were living in Caribbean, I had told Sherry that, you know, it would be great if we created a place where people really could come out of her my people. Now, back then it was more of a religious thing. I don't get into that anymore because I believe in the rights of all people, and I don't care what people believe as long as they can live in honor with their agreements with me. If they want to believe whatever, I'm not here to tell them how to believe in the Creator. I'm not here to do that. Exactly. I'm not here to tell another, because by me telling someone else how they have to believe in the Creator is my interference with their sovereign right to choose how to believe how they want to believe. And if I believe that all men are sovereign, if I do believe that all men have a right to that, then I have to believe in their ability to choose. So then I don't. I want to need to wrap this up because I got to get going, but I'm going to try to produce this. I'm going to try to put it up onto a website, and so that other people that I've been talking to can actually just go, they can see it. I've got the documents up, you know, even now I've got another one up. It's a jurisdiction document that I did about, you know, the bankruptcy of 33 and how people bonded into the Department of Human Resources. They issued the certificates, or by there created the straw man, the tax identification number man, all those things that were in the Wizard of Oz. They told people the stories inside these movies. There's been tons of them out there. The point is, this is all voluntary. They're getting your parents to sign these things. The birth certificate itself admits to an adulterous relationship between a man and a maiden, and the informant on those documents, if you go look at the older birth certificates, it's usually under section 17 of that certificate, the informant will be the mother with the other name. And if the mother stands up to try to claim, well, that was me down there, I'm the informant, that's the name, that's the married name, I'm carrying the man's last name right there, but up here that was my maiden name, that's, well, excuse me. It may be manipulative, but we're not the ones that's supposed to be ignorant. Okay, we're supposed to be smart, we're supposed... It doesn't matter. Your parents have a say. Your parents had the say till you came to the age of reason.
Reading billboard signs, and he's, you know, he spoke Spanish, French, and Arabic, and then he wrote it, and then he picked up English right away.
Well, Ray, you know who Avi is. Okay, I've already talked to Avi about this concept, especially from the Hebrew mindset. The Hebrew mindset was this: if you gave your word, if it was your word, whether you signed it or in ignorance or whatever, if you gave your word, you had to do it. Now, unless, you know, things are going on here that we might consider shocking to the conscience of the universe again or whatever, but those come back under what's called tort. And if you don't come out of it peacefully, just like Jeroboam and the 10 tribes did, then there's going to be a look, there's enough war going on, period. There's enough. It's enough of it. Oh, that's negotiable. You have to talk to Arthur about that. But that gets into another issue that I was going to get into when we first started this. And the start of this was, people said, well, I don't have the funds. Well, what are people going to do? People need to learn that even this thing about being someone else's employment is another system of bondage and slavery. The people who do these kind of things are business owners. The whole reason for setting up your own state, number one, apart from having the political rights to actually bargain for your right, is to do business and commerce. The reason that they formed the United States of America was they were trying to protect their assets.
So you
come back and you do treaties and agreements and you do commerce.
So you go then you set up a treaty to do commerce back in the U.S. Okay.
How did Solomon and David and all the rest of these kings of Israel do it?
Okay, that's my point. The point is, you have to make a living somehow, and right now, banks
You're not getting my point. Why are you going to keep making a living instead of designing a life? It's time to be in business and take control of things.
I have been in business for myself. That's what I did for
I know.
8 years.
The world is changing. Right now, the only industry I see growing in the U.S.